Welcome to LineOPS. Just a little informational video on our vine inhibiting cone. This is a cone designed for inhibiting kudzu growth, but it also works on other vines as well, preventing outages as they grow up the guys. In the electric industry, reliability of service has become paramount. As technology has progressed, allowing for a dramatic increase in the reliability for customers, certain indelible threats still remain in the quest for consistent reliability. The majority of outages that threaten reliability are caused by nature. In many instances, solutions have been developed to thwart these natural occurring problems. Lightning arresters keep damage caused by lightning to a minimum and keep the fault isolated and contained. Wildlife prevention devices keep wildlife from causing outages by containing the equipment and isolating it from the wildlife. Trees continue and will always be a challenge to reliability. However, through certified arborists and crews, right-of-way maintenance has become a necessity and the most efficient way of keeping trees from affecting reliability, again, by containing and isolating. However, kudzu and vines are a problem that have become more and more prevalent with no way to contain or isolate it until now. Kudzu is an invasive species of vine that grows at a remarkable rate and has no natural enemies. Cutting it back only impedes its growth, and within weeks it's thriving again. Cutting alone would take a full-time crew designated only to that specific test in most electric service areas. No spray has been effective in killing it, and the EPA has tightened the regulations on spraying in general. It simply cannot be controlled adequately or cost-effectively enough to prevent it from causing outages and damaging equipment until now. The vine cone is a simple-to-install vine deterrent. In the other naturally occurring threats to reliability mentioned above, two methods of preventing outages are effective: isolation and containment. The vine cone both acts as an isolation and containment unit that prevents the growth of vines on guy wires. However, the vine cone also has an added weapon in its arsenal to prevent vine growth. The vine cone is UV blocking, so as the vine, as it grows and stops at the top of the cone, is stunted by the lack of sunlight, which is an extreme necessity for the growth of kudzu. The vine cone is designed to deflect the vine and stun its growth. Because of its lack of tendrils, kudzu can only support its weight for approximately 8 inches. So if it grows outside of the cone in search of sunlight, the cone is too large for the kudzu to wrap around. The vine then succumbs to gravity. Our product is designed to inhibit the growth of vines around power poles, guy wires, telephone guy wires, power poles, and other wires, preventing outages. Primarily designed with the kudzu vine in mind, the product has the ability to also inhibit the growth of other vines as well. It is a non-conductive plastic apparatus with a conical shape. It has a UV treatment which prolongs the life of the product. Being that guy wires are stranded and wrapped, we sometimes use the 3M 2-inch wide rubber insulating tape in order to close the striations of the guy wire off. The neck at the top of the cone is approximately a 1/2 inch in diameter and is placed around everything. This allows the gap to be closed around the guy wire. The conical shape of the vine inhibiting cone allows vines to grow around them and to deflect them downwards. What we've also found in some of our recent trials with it are that the heat generated by this black plastic is enough to actually turn the leaves of the kudzu brown once they get up underneath it, if they reach that far. A lot of times the shade it throws on the vine itself will cause the vine, before it ever gets to the cone, to start reaching out trying to find sunlight. Here's a couple of facts about kudzu. It has no natural enemies. It's spread by runners at the root and also by seeds. It's found worldwide. It's found in 21 southern states and areas of Oregon and Washington. Basically, it goes from Canada to the northern part of Florida to the Atlantic to the Mississippi. It occupies 3 million hectares. It spreads 150,000 acres per year in just the southeast region of the U.S. alone. In Alabama, it covers approximately 250,000 acres in just Alabama alone. Actual coverage across the southeast is 7 million acres. Different studies have shown that this vine can actually grow anywhere from inches a day to feet per day. It spreads more than 50 feet per day during growing season in a plot that it's growing in. It spreads at the rate of about 50,000 baseball fields per year. It grows and spreads faster than it can be mowed or poisoned to control it. Auburn University has researched and found only one type of herbicide that kills it, but multiple applications are needed to do so. And with the restrictions of the EPA, that's becoming more and more non-prevalent in the industry. It has actually been added to the list of noxious weeds. So your alternative kudzu measures are a right-of-way tree cutting crew. Now, again, you would have to have a constant crew on just kudzu alone. If you had 3 men, a bucket, and a chipper, you're talking about an average of $100 to $300 per hour. And as a down guy on a utility pole is considered by OSHA to be a conductor, most right-of-way crews are not allowed to touch them because of their lack of knowledge and training. Here's the potential cost for a kudzu outage. The national average hourly rate for a lineman is $37 per hour. National average 1.5 times the hourly rate for a lineman is $55.50 per hour. Minimum 2-hour call out for a lineman with 2 linemen going is approximately $222. And if you throw in the benefit package at 17% on overtime, you're looking at, for 2 men, about $37.74. Now that total manpower cost alone is $259.74 for one outage. A truck on call is about $200 per hour. If you use it for 2 hours, you're right around $400 plus the cost of your diesel. So now your total transportation cost is about $400 per plus your diesel. The outage time results in a loss of revenue from each meter not turning. So that's a variable. You don't know how many meters are on that lateral, that buck off, that main feeder, whatever's been affected by that outage. So that's a variable number that you can't throw in there. But also, too, in this industry, reliability is something that we all, as providers, strive for. You really can't put a value on reliability, customer favorability. So you're looking at a manpower cost of 2 linemen at 2 hours at $259.74 plus your truck cost of $400 plus diesel, your reliability, and your loss of revenue. So one outage is potentially going to cost you $659.74 plus the reliability and loss of revenue. Given the growth rate of kudzu, there's a possibility of at least 2 outages per growing season, and that is if you take the vine that has caused that particular outage all the way back to the ground. So now you're looking at $659.74 times 2. Now you're looking at $1,300 roughly, plus your reliability, plus your loss of revenue. So if you have 5 years of outages due to kudzu on one affected pole with a minimum of 2 outages per season, you're looking at $1,300 times $1,319.48 times 5 years plus 2 outages per year. In 5 years, you're looking at a potential loss of $13,194.80 plus reliability and loss of revenue. If you have 30 poles on your system affected by kudzu over the 5 years, the cost would be $395,844 plus your reliability plus your loss of revenue. Our vine cone acts as a deterrent in 3 major ways. 1, it's actually a physical inhibitor. 2, it blocks the UV from getting to the plant, which feeds the plant. Kudzu is very, very photosensitive. It also creates enough heat underneath it that if the vines do reach up underneath there, it's actually turning the vines brown, as we found in some of our trials. On our website, we'll have more pictures showing the effectiveness of the product. And if you have any more questions or would like to know more about the product, you can visit us at lineops.net, drop us a message, and we'll be happy to get back with you as soon as possible. Understanding that right now with this COVID mess, we're limited in what we can do. However, we'll be happy to accommodate you in any way possible. Please contact us if you have any more questions or would like to try one of these out. Please give us a call, and we'll be more than happy to take the time and tell you more about it if you have any questions. Thanks a lot, guys. Again, it's LineOPS.net.